Alright. Previously, I think we just need to go into the TV and chase, you know who. I'm wondering if there's gonna be a big long dungeon or something. We're still going to school. Is this fog getting thicker and thicker, or is it just me? Does this mean the world's coming to an end? I actually heard someone say that. What do you think's gonna happen? Earthquake? A tsunami? Huh? Nothing's gonna happen. It's just fog, you doofus. Besides, if something terrible happens, the defense force or somebody is sure to come save us. Yeah, I guess you're right. Ah! What if some giant monster attacks Inaba, or aliens? I saw a movie about something like that. Huh. Well, we might get a bunch of small monsters. Hey everyone! They posted the test results! Aw, the awful moment of truth. Oh well, wanna check it out? Of course I do. I got the highest score. Duh. I didn't even ask chat for help. Yosuke's a great friend. The positive reinforcement in this game. Do well on your tests and everyone will like you. The real culprit has finally been identified. Is it possible that the fog will shroud the entire world by the end of the year? Regardless, you must defeat the one behind all of this before then. Wait, I gotta read it again. My friend told me he said that this romance won't go well. He says that your first love never turns out the way you want. That's not true, right? It might be. I thought so. Yeah, even Kabu agrees with him. If everybody's saying it's true, then it must be true. Oh, by the way, have you ever been able to find the animal guide? Not yet. The fog isn't clearing, is it? It's gone for so long, and it doesn't look like it's gonna get better soon. All I do is fight with my friends. I think this is gonna be a real problem. But it's not like I'm gonna die if they stop being my friends or anything. Yeah, but it would suck. It hasn't been clear in forever. Oh, how long have I been breathing in this poison fog? I've been really scared lately. There's been something I want to ask somebody. The fear, it won't go away. Do you get the feeling that the fog is saying don't go anywhere, don't look at anything, when it's this thick? Is that weird? It creeps me out somehow. It's gonna be okay. Ah, don't make that face at me. Yeah, it'll be okay. Kabu, you're from the city. Is it true that there's no fog there?
Yo!
Yo. Killicam, you came back. You came back just to scare me. That's dedication. Thanks so much for that buttload of money you just dropped. Appreciate it. Alright, where's Ko? He's gone. if you want, you can type !AH plus. Oh. Someone else is here that can do it as well. Oh, that was the last puzzle from that guy then. You know what? I finally convinced my parents. They accepted that going to college was my dream. But when I said I wanted to help pay for it, there was an argument. Children shouldn't worry about that, they said. But I'm still gonna try to get that scholarship money. I want to lighten the burden any way I can. This is no time to complain about the fog, alright? I have to work hard. My throat is even more effed up today than usual. Oh no. Oh well. Should I even be doing things, or should I just go to the end? So, the fog really is, like, getting worse. You can see weird little chunks in it now. Good thing some people moved, like those twins. Never gonna finish those people's quests. Feels bad. Yeah. Meep. Flop snooze. I bet there's no new clothes. Yep, nothing. I suppose I should try to finish Yosuke. Dang. And Rise. Never finished Nanako and it feels bad. I went so hard on Naoto. Oh shoot, excuse me. You should go for the ones that are close. Okay. Are you okay? They didn't show the cooking show. Oh. Dude, look at the fog. It's gross. That's a lot of particle effects. Because it's actually like in multiple planes instead of just like a single filter. It is nasty. Okay. I would love to buy more weapons, but I doubt he has anything new. Agility. Light resist. Dang. I never really got to craft the powerful weapons either. Why are people outside in this nastiness? Especially these children. I never was able to do the Aya challenge either. Let's get some nasty particle bugs. Nothing special. If Mayu-chan and me get sick, which one will you save first? What? I can't pick. That again. You're always like that, Shota. You know what that's called? Wishy-washy. Can't we all just go home? The fog is poisonous after all. You right. Go home, children. Okay, let's hope Risen. Actually, only Risen, because I know I can already tell Yosuke doesn't even want to hang out. Okay, Reese is over there, but she doesn't have the exclamation mark bubble.
What?
I have Ai Ebihara, but she's very low priority. Old lady, dude. Dang, I must have gotten her super late. Oh, I can hang out with fellow athletes. Yeah, I'll do that for now. Yeah, what?
Uh-huh.
Oh, jeez, only weekends? And then even then, like, You have to choose her over all of the other options on those weekends. Yeah. I think I literally just unlocked her right as all this stuff is happening. So I'm still pretty screwed. Yasugami Haijin. Hey Kabu. I'm about to, I'm gonna head to the orphanage. I just wanted you to know. Later.
Yo.
Hey, where's Ko? He went to the orphanage. Today? Huh. I'm kinda worried. Well, let's go catch up to him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's call it a day. I hope we're still in uniform. Nope. Yaso Inaba station entrance. Fog has enveloped the area. Hey. What are you two doing here? So what's up, man? Wait, you guys came all the way out here just to worry about me? Losers. The orphanage hasn't changed at all. The teachers even remembered who I was, and they were really nice to me. But they said they can't tell me who my real parents are or why I was left there. No kidding? They did give me this, though. I've been too scared to read it by myself, but it's a letter from the person who left me at the orphanage. Okay, I'm gonna read it. Dear Kokun, by the time you read this, you'll have grown into a fine young man. Your parents named you Ko because they hoped that you would always be in good health. They considered health more important than fame or money because it's much harder to keep and maintain. Wow. You see, your parents were very frail, and they passed away about half a year after you were given up for adoption. They always wanted you to know how sorry they were that they couldn't raise you themselves. They loved you very dearly. Oh, you are your parents' ray of hope. No matter how difficult things get, hold your head up high and keep pressing onward. You can't lose hope. Both of them would undoubtedly say, "We will be watching over you, always." No names, not a single clue. My real parents are dead. I was half expecting something like this, but it's still pretty shocking, you know? I have no one. That's not true, Ko. You think so? I really don't know anymore. But I'm glad to have found out. I'm glad to have this.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Dang. It's gonna get dark soon. Let's head home. The others are worried about you too, you know.
Alright, let's go home.
No. Risa's level 9, but she didn't want to hang out today, so... So, out of luck for now. Mm-hmm. I like how Killicam will not interact with me beyond those things. What a unique relationship we have, Cam. I think that's the second one you used of those two, so you must have been watching for a while to have 1100 channel points, which I think is very funny. Oh, there's Rise. She won't evolve at night, though. Boss, you're drinking too much. Even Miss Shiroku says she's worried about you. Didn't I tell you before to put yourself in my shoes for a minute? Hey, I noticed you weren't getting shit-faced like you used to. You're finally learning your pace. I'd hope so. With all the times you took me out drinking, that'd better be a point in my favor on the next review. Alright. I'll be sure to pass that along to HR. Bum bum ba-dum bum. Oh. Oh shit. Oh, hi, Senpai. I hate how this fog feels. It's keeping away a lot of our customers, so we're closing up earlier than usual. Hey, mind if we talk a little to help keep my mind off things? Really? Yay, I get to spend time with you. I think you're barely squeezed by on our math final. When I was working, I had to get tutoring on this side all year round since I didn't get to school much. My grandma doesn't nag me to study, but I've still got to try harder. Oh. I know, next time I'll have you give me a private lesson. I won't go easy on you, Rise. Huh? You're gonna go all out on this? Well, that means you're taking my studies seriously, right? Thanks, Senpai. Alright then. I'll have you tutor me. I can't wait. Oh! Here, Senpai. I want you to have this.
I want you to have it, Senpai.
Rise's Flan? Dude. 2 things I would eat.
Good night, Senpai. Hey.
Good morning, Kabukan. It's finally time to fight the real culprit. To be honest, I'm still shocked to learn that it was Adachi-san. But I can never forgive what he said or what he's done. We gotta win this, Yukiko. I won't lose either. I'm worried about Nanako-chan, and we can't just let him do whatever he wants. Put an end to this, for everyone's sake, and for my own. Sure is getting cold. As we move into December, the fog's not lifting either, so be sure to stay healthy. I was just watching something on TV. Those polar bears sure are active, even in the cold. Fuzzy Wuzzy polar bears. Their fur isn't actually white, you know? Isn't that right, Kabakun? You seem happy about something. Do you know what color a Fuzzy Wuzzy polar bear's fur really is? Shoot. Is it transparent? Time to Google. What color is a Fuzzy Wuzzy polar bear's fur? Actually. Transparent. The hair of a polar bear looks white because the air spaces in each hair scatter light of all colors. Thank you for the real answer, Google. Good job. Yep, it's actually transparent. The transparent fur scatters the light that hits it, making it appear white to us. Their skin is black, though, letting them efficiently absorb the sun's rays. Whoa, that's cool. Those animals are well equipped to have fun in the cold. Dude, animals are sick. Dude, if this is like endgame and there's no more quizzes and tests and exams, why are they still teaching me stuff? Is this game like way longer still? No, nothing, no question. Just me thinking out loud. School? I'm trying to save the world here. Don't you know? Okay, Yosuke is available. I imagine Rise is available as well. Like right now. Yeah. Well, hey, you know, you can't have a bunch of idiots ruling the future world, no matter how barren wastelandy it is. Right? Is that why you had to go into campus the other day? I thought you were gonna get mad at me. Oh, there it is. Are you trying to fight? Okay. Kinda. I'm in a fighting mood right now. I understand now. My wife let me have it. She said I was a failure as a husband. I left it all to her, and the only thing I've done is kick rocks around here. Everyone takes me for a fool. That's the rumor, at least. Huh? That's all he has to say? He's not gonna have a resolution after this, too, because it's endgame! Why am I even excitedly catching bugs still? I'm just so caught up in the motions that I've been trained to do repeatedly. Okay. Risa will hang out today, so that's good. Just like real life, oh my god. I know, let's go do something together. A day's rest is enough to help you feel better. We'll do our best tomorrow after we're recharged today. How does that sound? Maybe you should relax with Risa. Alright.
Uh-huh.
There's a place I want to go. She's super red. Your room? Okay. Alright. Fidgets awkwardly. She's so forward. This is my room. Do you like my Gundam?
I am currently in Senpai's room.
Mm-hmm. You asked to come here?
Seems quite clean for a boy of his age. There doesn't seem to be anything lying around that he wouldn't want me to see.
Maybe.
Now then, where could the goods in question be hiding?
They might be under my bed sheets if you want to take a look.
I'll ask the man himself. So, where do you hide them?
Under my bed sheets. Nah, I don't have any, dude.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I see. I'll bring my photo book next time.
Wait, what? What is that supposed to mean?
The swimsuit one. It's
Oh my
real cute.
gosh.
Senpai, you're leaving in the spring, right?
Why would you ask that? And the music stopped. Yeah, I saw the future in the bad ending.
I've made up my mind about something.
What's that?
You see,
Mm-hmm. Go on.
I'm thinking of going back into showbiz this spring.
Whoa.
I am Rizette after all. And when I consider it that way, I think I can have more fun working. I know how hard it is for a star to make a comeback after an entire year's absence. But even then, I want to start over from the beginning. Do you remember the fan who gave me that letter? I'll do it for her. For my old manager, Inoue-san. For my family, everyone. You. And for myself. Senpai, this...
She's definitely saying it like she's excited, so this is probably for the best.
I want you to have it, Senpai.
Signed photo.
It's the one we took at school. I look really normal, don't I? But even then, I signed it Rizette.
Mm-hmm.
A Rizette without a fake smile.
Aw.
Senpai, I won't make the same mistake. There's no such thing as a me who isn't me. So I won't run away. I won't try to be someone I'm not.
Aw.
There's a lot of Riseis inside me. I won't try to change them.
Never change.
Instead, I let people know that those Riseis exist. That's the me I want to be.
Now you can be a true idol. Yo. Cool. Kanzeon.
This means my powers have changed? I see. I've become a little stronger. Thanks to you being with me. Senpai? As long as you're watching me, I'll do my best. So,
So I'll always be watching.
well, I'm happy doing anything if you're there with me.
Mm-hmm. Fade to black?
Well... Oh, come on. I've confessed my love hundreds of times on TV.
Oh, this is what they're...
Why can't I do it in person?
Well, you just did. Rise. Her face red is at a loss for words.
I'm sure I can hang in there as long as you're watching me. Because, you're special to me.
Unconditional love. Ah. Max. The soothing music. It's interesting she made that decision. It seemed like she was happy being out of showbiz, but you know, she really does love it. She just had to get out to realize it. Ishtar.
No matter what I'm doing, I am me. I can say that for sure now. And the strength to say so, it was you who found it for me. I'm going to like the me you found. After all, I like the you who found her. Senpai, I love you.
Aww.
I love you.
Hug her back, you fool! Don't just
Senpai,
stand
keep
there.
watching me, so I won't mess up again.
Us to move.
Look at me. Well,
He's paralyzed, dude.
I've never gone through this kind of thing, so... If we were on a TV set, this would be a wrap. So, what am I supposed to do after this?
This is so awkward. No, that's how it ends. You passed a long while with Rise. Ooh. It's gotten dark, so you walked her home. Kabu didn't move. Look, this is the same standing position. Did he literally not move? They didn't even let me choose to say it back. Should I fish tonight? I was literally just thinking that. Because I don't have anything else to do. Yukiko. Okay. Okay, you gotta work on Yosuke. Yeah, that was so bad. It was unfortunate. Risa was so good though. Her whole story, her resolution was cute.
Yo! What kept?
I was surprised that my dad came out against it. He said we shouldn't play into mass hysteria for the sake of sales. You got a little bit of respect from me for that one. Not bad at all for my old man. That's very cool of him. Who knows what he's actually thinking, though? Maybe he just doesn't think this fog stuff is a big deal. Well, it's times like these that we have to stay calm. That reminds me, on TV yesterday, they were...
Whoa!
Bro. Look, I don't want to come off as unappreciative, but save yourself some money, man. Thank you, though. Save your money.
You can have this.
Calorie mate.
Night.
Trying to have a moment with Yosuke. Energy bars. And they're nasty. Oh, they must have spelled it funny on this game for copyright then. My brother passed out yesterday. No one was at the hospital knows what caused it. My parents are saying it's because of the poisonous fog. Don't worry about what's causing it. I have great news for you. I joined the club called the Healing Club. It's going to teach us how to neutralize the toxins in the fog. It's pretty popular in my area. I know a lot of people who are in the club. Why don't you join too? Ask your brother to join the club. Can you tell me more about it? I'm seriously starting to worry about my health. I've been starting to feel ill recently, you know. But your club can cure me? If it's that popular, it must work, right? It was originally a block of cheese? Calorie mate? What the heck? It's still foggy all over town, but believe it or not, harsh weather makes your body stronger. I heard that on TV yesterday, and I'm pretty sure it's right. But man, with all this fog, I bet people with curly hair are having a hard time keeping their do's neat. Serve one. Alright, here's a question about hair, Violeo. You're looking at me, so this question's for you. What determines whether a hair grows curly or straight? Willpower, dude. This is the only logical answer I can think of. You gave the answer you thought was right. Wow, you knew this one. Yes, a hair's shape determines whether it's going to be curly or straight as it grows. A straight hair is perfectly round, but a curly hair is oval or rectangular. Oh, triangular. Huh. Interesting. The flatter a hair's cross-section, the curlier the hair becomes. I heard that from Miss Kashiwagi. So if you've got curly hair, watch out for this fog. Yosuke's up here, so he won't hang out today. Could work on them. Think I will. Yeah. She is available, but I have her maxed. I think I'm just gonna hang out with him. Should I bother catching bugs? I don't think I should.
Yo,
You know what? Let's go get some bugs. You could go 7 and they're 8. I think I can finish them if I put in the effort.
yo.
Go. Oh my gosh. Can you delete that? She's 15, dude. Ko wanted to be by the river, so you stopped by on the way home. Fog has enveloped the area. I said, can you delete that? It's illegal. Okay, I can delete it myself later. This place brings back a lot of memories. The first time I came here was also my first time in town, right after the Ichijo family took me in. The sky was totally clear except for the setting sun, and the light hitting the water made it shine. It was beautiful. It helped me decide something. I thought, from now on, I am an Ichijo. I convinced myself that the old me was dead. At least, that's what I thought. But you were just a kid then, right? Yeah, isn't that crazy? A little kid thinking like that. But I guess even kids have stuff on their mind sometimes. Funny thing is, I never really became an Ichijo. I looked, sounded, and acted like one, but it was just the mask I wore. And now that I don't have to wear that mask anymore, I guess it's time to step off the stage. What do you mean? I don't know what I mean either. I don't have a clue what to do with myself. It just makes me feel kind of empty knowing that my real parents are dead. It's like I have no roots. We should go visit their graves after practice sometime. I wouldn't even know where to find them. I got the letter, but whoever wrote it didn't sign it. They didn't mention my parents' names either. Whoever handed you over to the orphanage wrote that letter, right? Wouldn't that mean that they've been holding on to it for like 10 years? It's pretty rough asking someone to remember what happened 10 years ago. 10 years ago. You're still carrying that thing? Yeah, well, I can't let anyone at the house see it, so... Huh? The name on the front. Ko-sama is smeared. Like someone rubbed their hand against it. Maybe they just wrote it in a hurry? Plus, the corner of the envelope is sharp enough to give you a paper cut. What do you think? Are you telling me it was written recently, Ko? You think so too? What does this mean? I think the head of the orphanage must have written it. Wasn't when I visited, she could probably tell I was depressed. Hey, cheer up, man. Even if it is a fake, it sounds bad to call it a fake, but she didn't do it to pull a fast one on you. No, you got it all wrong. I'm happy. I'm glad there are such nice people out there in the world. Maybe the letter is true, or maybe it's just a nice lie, but all the same. Someone was there to give birth to me. Someone was there to raise me. And someone's there to watch over me like this. I thought I had no roots, no ties to anybody, but that's not true. It took you long enough to get the picture, stupid. Stupid. I know you are, but what am I? I'm the one who told you that you'd always have us, stupid. Well, I'm rubber and you're glue. Aww. Man, you've got a really ugly mug, you know that? Wanna go for a swim, ugly? It'll be like old times. Yeah, come to think of it, we used to play around here, didn't we?
All right.
How about you? You wanna go for a dip? No way, dude. What? Like you have a choice? Oh shit! Whoa, it's freaking cold! You horsed around in the river with Ko and Daisuke and then went home. Dude, the fog is killing people and we're out here skinny dipping. Like, for real, man? That made me a little weepy. It's Ko's arc is moving, I guess. Very moving. it's hard to be as positive as he is, to recognize that there's people out there that are just kind souls going out of their way to make you a little happier. Note though? What the heck? No thanks. There was no one up here, right? Right, okay. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure your guys was even worse than this. Like, legitimately deathly. Dude, a lot of stories can come from 2020. Wait, what happened? I didn't read what happened. So they weren't selling anything? They should make like gas masks and stuff. A cosmetic item you could buy. Oh. We've got veggies. Oh, it's horrible. I think I'm gonna collapse. Everyone's saying the fog is poisonous. I've already inhaled so much of it. My mother-in-law seems to have lost her appetite too. She won't eat at all. It looks like Shiba, but I wouldn't say it's huge. I guess it's big for a Shiba, but woman is definitely short. No, he isn't. We're on a hill. He goes up to slightly over my knees. It's the perspective. Is there more and more cats around my house? that orange one is like twitching. For some reason I feel relaxed. I never realized how relaxing it would be just to let the voices take over. I've been missing out. I wonder what they'll tell me to do next. Whoa. He's dancing, leaving him alone. Oh, is that what caused more cats? I literally spent time with the cat last night. And I guess that's why today I noticed. There she is. Do I want to waste my Sunday on her, though? Excuse me. Hey, what are you doing? No, I'm not ready. Look at these kids wearing gas masks. Oh, hold on. Gotta RP. This is kind of lame, isn't it? Gas masks are pretty strange looking, aren't they? Yes, but we're matching, thank you. No, not like that. They just had extra. What? What do you mean? I don't understand their conversation they just had. What the hecky was that squeaky noise? That was me opening my water bottle to talk into it. That's pretty funny. What are you doing, Yukiko?
Hey,
Oh, of course she's not going to tell me what she's doing. Chia? Dang, everyone's out and about. But no one to hang out with. Maybe I should fish. No, I'll pet the cat. Fuck. Dude, that one scared me even more. I felt my heart jump. Thanks for all the money, Killicam. Might I urge you to spend it on... candy? Max RP. Dude, the title, I mean the URL. Tsundere. Clever ferret, cool story, Bob. Cool story, bro. Dude. What should I spend the day doing? Just touch the cat, I guess? Am I really just doing that? Oh no, I forgot about old lady, and I didn't save because I thought I didn't accomplish anything. I mean, I got understanding for it. Which I need desperately. I can't believe how hard it is to level that up, though. Was it worth it? Because that old lady storyline is probably a lot more interesting. What if she's still out there? I could always pet the cat at night, too. But also, even if I do max out my understanding, or even if I did get a little bit of understanding there, it's not going to matter unless I can max it out. Because I need that to finish the side quest with a doggy. And plus, I can always pet the cat at night. Considering reloading the save. Oh, Yukiko. Poor child. I'm never gonna talk to you. That's all I needed to hear. Wait. Saturday evening. Okay. Sunday is when she appears. See, now I'm all caught up already. No big deal. Now we can talk to the TV and see what it says. All part of the plan. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Now let's introduce the products available for the next 3 days. I want to read it myself! Breathe safe and secure in any harsh environment. We're selling bundles of 4 gas masks. Enough for the family. But the deals don't end there, folks. I'll throw in 4 emergency first aid kits with the 4 gas masks. 30,000 yen. Oh, and we're sold out. Worth it. We've got veggies again. See, I get to do this again too. So fun. And now I can catch some bugs again. Oop, should have went to shrine. Fuck. How many do you have? You gotta save some for your raid sessions.
Yes.
This is cute.
But still,
What?
the more I look at you, the more you remind me of him. His nose was just a little lower than yours, and his eyes a bit smaller, and his hair was shorter. He was a handsome man.
Who are you talking about, Miss Hisano?
Oh, my husband. He was a kind man, quite an attractive one too. My husband passed away recently.
Listen, dear.
Do I look like death to you?
Hmm. What does she want to hear? Because last time she straight up told me she's death. And I feel like she's dressing like this on purpose. But also, this is just the right thing to say. Anything points-wise. Well, in that case, yes you do.
I see. You mustn't become death.
You brushed against the heavy weight that Hisano was bearing. She brought it up. I didn't brush upon this. I'd rather have a little more insignificant understanding. Wait, I didn't read it.
When I'm with you, I feel like he has forgiven me. That can't possibly be true, though, after all. I'm the one who... I'll see you later, Kabu-chan.
Hey, birth crew.
Goodbye.
Welcome. She's the one that got him killed. Oh, I spoiled that whole storyline. Say whole story 5 times fast. Oh, that's not that bad. Because when I stuttered, I almost said horse stoli. Wait, where was there a reference?
Yo.
Still, with the real bad guy being a cop on the case, that really surprised me, man. But now, there's nothing for us to wait for. We just have to go kick his ass. Let's show that sucker, Senpai.
Yeah.
Just you wait, Adachi. He'll learn what it means to deal with us the hard way, the kanji way. High five. Okie dokie. Well, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. I'm curious of all these NPCs having resolutions, and I don't want to miss them. But there's no way I'm gonna see them all. That's crazy that it got hot there again. And you said it cooled down for a bit. Kind of the same year though, like last week it was non-stop rain after having been in the 90s the previous week. And then this week it's gonna be warmish again. Yeah, I think you guys need it. We needed it too, for sure. Thank goodness. Oh, when you dropped by earlier in the stream, I was gonna say only people with clean floors can watch, but I guess I deducted that you already finished. Yeah, I know. I figured it out after you said you were migrating. Gross. It's a sad, sad tree. Both of them. Are they identical? Yeah, just slightly rotated. What do you mean, like how I say it? That's how the word is said. What do you mean? Actually, how else do you say it? Actually? Shut up. That's how you say the word, actually. I hate you. Leave me alone. That's just how it's said. Killer Cam, help me out here, man. I know you have an opinion on this. You're mean. Where's Yosuke?
Yo! Let's go.
Been a while since I've had a Yosuke scene that wasn't at night. Stupid fog particles. I found this. Oh, he spoke! Kill a cam. What? The next word you say better be up. I found this. It's a print club sticker I took with Saki-senpai. When I first got here, she insisted on taking it. Back then, somewhere inside me, I thought I was above this place. A lot of people saw me as the enemy because Junes was gonna ruin the shopping district. But when I met her, she told me, parents are parents. You're you. Purikura? Yep, exactly. Well deduced, Servorn. Even if she didn't really mean it, it made me happy. Because of her, I started to think maybe this town wasn't bad at all. But then... Why are these the only options? He's like just getting his sentence out and I'm being forced to interrupt him by saying one of these. Can you tell me what's right and wrong?
No.
That didn't matter, as long as she was still alive. Why did she have to die? Pisses me off. It makes me so mad. I wanted to talk with her more. I wanted to get to know her better. But she's not here anymore. Holy shit. Kabu, I get it now. I wanted to forget about Saki-senpai, how she's not here anymore. I wanted to forget that I was living a boring life in the middle of nowhere. When the murder started, I got excited. I thought there was finally a point to me being in Inaba. I thought I could forget Senpai was gone, and the fact that I was such a loser. I jumped at the murders and never once thought about what I was doing. I didn't even take the first step. I'm sorry, Saki-senpai. I'm sorry, Kabu. I understand. I didn't care if she didn't like me, I just wanted her to smile. But I think I'm awake now. I needed to get over the fact that Saki-senpai isn't coming back. That when this case ends, I'll have nowhere to run. And I won't have changed.
You made me realize that.
Thanks for voicing that part for me. He just now learned diorama, which is so garbage at this point. Wait. There was? For a second I thought you meant cute romance scene, but now I realize you meant it was cut out. Oh. Yeah, yeah. Wait, does that mean I suck at the game? Or when you say cut, you mean cut from the game? Oh, okay, okay, okay. So you're saying I'm a god gamer, basically. Aw. I do like head pats. Oh. Wait, you're confusing me. You just said there's no way to get it, but now you're saying I could have gotten it if I selected the right option before? Hmm. And that's the one that I missed. I suck at the game confirmed. No, it's not your fault. You know how dumb I am. Incapable of comprehension. Dude, holy shit. Okay, I'll hang out with the kitty cat again. Come on, understanding, level up already. I'm getting kinda used to this thick fog now. I'm not worried about not being able to see anymore. I felt so relieved once I realized that only for those right next to me I can even see— what? I felt so relieved once I realized that only those right next to me can even see me. I used to freak out thinking that a teacher would see me in town and they'd stop and yell at me. But thanks to the fog, none of my teachers would even know if I was 5 feet away. You're right, I feel relieved too. Some people get ill from it, but I'm alright so far. Plus, I'm kind of excited that it might be the end of the world. We might actually get to see it. How people are adapting to the fog gives you Junji vibes. Oh, Junji Ito. So creepy. It's like that variety show that plays at midnight. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. Recently, the shows have just been kind of weird, but at least it's entertaining. Wait, what are they seeing? It's like finding random shows that don't show up on the programming guide. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Well, it's not always the same person running, but yeah. At least it's consistent that someone's running. Sports? No Yosuke? Or is he at Junes? No Yosuke. Unless... Nah, only sports. You braided your hair. Time to chop it off. Don't. Just wrap it around a braid as if it belongs. Oh my god.
Yo,
Hey. Yeah, probably don't cut that missed hair either. In this case, your bad choice was missing the hair. So don't... two wrongs don't make it right. So... when you say you braided your hair, Does that mean they're like the tiny little braids? Or are they big braids? What's up, Lollipopper? The big ones? Cool.
Yo!
I don't remember how, but
Alright.
I learned how to braid a long time ago. But I doubt I could do any of the super tight tiny ones though. But when Teddy's around, things kinda go back to normal. He might be consciously trying to cheer everyone up. He's doing his part.
Right.
You think so too? Oh well, I guess I'll treat him to something next time. Don't tell Teddy I said that, okay? He gets carried away too easily. I mean, just the other day.
Whoa. You can have this.
Caramel drop.
Night.
Right. It blows my mind.
Hello.
Killicam has had nearly 2,000 points in my channel. We've been running into each other a lot, haven't we? Do you remember what Adachi said? Inaba will disappear into the fog by the end of the year. Nobody has been kidnapped, but we still need to be conscious of our time limit now. It's important to be ready for what lies ahead, but we should hurry. You're right. If Adachi was telling the truth, then the lives of all mankind are at stake. This is no longer at the level of any other murder investigation. We have to make sure we stop him, no matter what. Classroom's in an uproar. Hey, did you hear? The fog made someone faint. Oh yeah, I heard it was someone from 3-3, but we don't know what really caused it, right? No point panicking. I'd worry more about getting a gas mask. If you don't, you could be next. Hey, be quiet, everyone. Class is still in session. No talking. Uh-oh. What? How? You know what? I won't even ask. Hey, Yosuke, I'll be right back. I gotta go catch some bugs. By the way, is chat bigger than on screen than it used to be? Because I had some settings changed And I feel like it's big. Yes, okay. Is it annoyingly big? Properly big? Kill the Cam? What up, man? What's on your mind? Obtrusive sounds like it fits in that sentence. Could be smaller. Well, if Lollipopper says so. How's that? For a good normal? Wow, now it's nice. Wow, that is the best compliment about a text box I'll ever get. So Killer Cam, when did you jump in last night? Or not last night, on Saturday. Were you watching me play Halo or Crysis? I just need it to be visible on mobile. That's all I really care about. Well, then I'm making it a little bigger again. Wait, too big. There we go. That is so perfect. Holy shit. I should go pro. At text box size adjustment.
Yo!
I did play Crysis. Ask me what I think about it.
All right.
Crysis sucks! I threw some chickens and some other animals. The enemies destroyed some buildings. Shooting down trees was pretty sick. And shooting through a thicket of leaves was really cool, seeing all the foliage react to the bullet spray. Visually, the game is great. Actually playing, though? Eh. I just liked it so much that I was able to get an instant refund. So shout out to EGS for that.
I hated this place when I first came to Inaba. You can tell how small the town is from up here. But looking at it now, it's a nice town.
I need maximum points here, guys. Should I look them up? Alright, I'll look it up. It's cheer up.
If it were only that easy.
Cheer up, Yosuke.
If it were only that easy. If it were only that easy. I want to tell Saki-senpai something. That what's important isn't where you are. This town I hated so much, now I love it. There's still nothing here, but I have family and friends and you. The important things are never far off. They're all around you. I always wanted to be special. I thought my life would finally have meaning if I was special to someone. That's why I was really excited when I got my persona. But I really didn't need it. It's not what you have or what you can do.
I don't believe so. He said he found my channel when I was playing Crisis.
Just being born, living your life. Before you know it, you're already special to someone. Yeah, like you. You're special to me, you know?
I'm special to him. Thank you, Yosuke. This is why you're my #1 party member. From beginning
Let's
till
see
end.
if we can find everyone's house from here. There's Juness, and that's the main street, so my house is there. The one with that funky roof. Meaning yours is...
If I have to narrate anything, it's gonna be around 46 hours in that case. I know myself. I'm getting kind of worried that the game is gonna game over me if I take too long. But Yosuke is so close. Also, I gotta do a little research break. Right after I finish this night. I took at least 3 research breaks during Halo. But actually, I'm gonna go right now. I'll be right back. This is not gonna go well. Wait, why is my pinky not... Whoa! Okay, so... You can't move both hands at once. Well, I guess, unless you're pushing the other hand. Wait, what? Which finger is that? There it is. Okay, Z. Why? How do I stand up? I'm like squatting and I don't know why. Stand up, please. Or at least look forward. Okay, watch this. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Clipping. Clipping has occurred. Okay, I just need to find out how to stand up. Whoa. Okay, I can look forward. But I can't stop crouching for some reason. Nothing's in the drawer, so don't worry about that. How do I stand? Please stand up. Okay. I think R or T is stand up. Where's my hands? Oh, there's one. Oh, there you go. Box opened. Pro gamer. Oh, oh, no, that hurts. Don't do that. Okay, how do I lower my hand a little bit? There we go. Come on. It says one alive in the corner. Oh my god. It probably is a battle royale. Okay, I'm gonna get this. No! Why? Stop looking at my hand. Put the hand away. Put the hand away. I can't. Halt. Whoa. I don't know how to not look at my hand. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oop, don't do that. There we go. That's how to make fire. What is it? I don't know, man, my pecs. Okay, let's just get a closer look. Look at my fingers. I can't stop. He's just doing it. Okay, here we go. Nope, just don't squat. Good morning, Professor. Welcome. How are you? Exactly. You know what's funny is my last name is Lee, so Zatley almost makes sense. Is that like a really ugly version of Uwu? That is very canon as well. saw it on the Midnight Channel. Countless black creatures crawl out of the fog and infest the town. Oh shit. The town gets overrun by them, and the people who inhaled fog during turn into them too. And the last person that appeared looked just like me. What should I do? I don't feel good. People turning into monsters? That sounds awesome. It's like some kind of anime. I wonder how it feels to turn into a monster. How it feels? I guess if everyone was turned into monsters, that'd be okay. If everyone's becoming a creature, why should I worry about becoming one? It'll just be like we're evolving into another species. You know what bleeds purple? Sniper jackals. I hate them. Literally every time, yes, actually. Every time. Every day is great at your Junes. Did I already catch bugs? Did I already run through here? Am I just mindlessly doing my chores? No, I didn't do this yet. Okay. Was there even anyone at school that wants to hang out? Ayabihara. I don't even like her. Oh, here we go.
Yo!
Hey, isn't ready to advance still? Dang. Is it because I don't have a freaking strength arcana on me? Oh my gosh. This whole time I've been slacking. I never checked if I can make Ishtar. If I have what it takes. Ishtar. Is it love persona, was it? Yeah, I can. Ooh. I'm making her. Of course, I gotta give her my best healing magics. With Spellmaster, of course. And no physical. Wait, what do I know already? Fully restores his party's HP and revives full HP. Okay, so I don't need those. Whoa. She has human color skin. In the art, it looked... I guess it was just because it was faded out. She kind of reminds me of Siren from FF8. Dude, Amrita? All status ailments. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, take out the Mutudi. I mean, she looks like she would be holding a harp as well. I'm sure Siren is based off of her, at least in FF8. Hello? Hello. Whoa, this guy's cool. I don't want to get rid of my pixie yet. Whatever, I'll buy another one. Uh-oh. You know what, never mind. Alright. See ya, Professor. Thanks for stopping by. Don't know what I need right now, but oh well. Wait. Oh my gosh, that whole time I was there to get a Strength Arcana. I got distracted by lovers. Oh. Another poem.
Release yourself. Release yourself. From desire, from impulse. Logic and rationales are excuses for the weak. Release yourself. Your heart's voice. Your internal scream. In exchange for a lost voice, grab hold of your proof of life. Never let it go.
What is this? Huh?
Make you embarrassed? That's the most insulting thing someone could possibly say about somebody's work. Making fun of a 15-year-old child's secret diary with her inner feelings, poems written on them. How rude.
Good morning.
Me too, Risa. Thanks, Skillagam. You're wild, man. I hope those are like from watching ads. I don't deserve your money. What, dude, this... Have I heard this song before? Check it out. I heard that if you catch colds easily, then you've got a higher chance of getting sick from the fog. Oh, I heard it the other day. Someone passed out. I didn't notice it. The city is known to get covered in fog every 50 years. Don't worry about it. That's what the TV said anyway, so let's get down to business, can we? Aren't you? I haven't heard Heartbreak or Your Affection in like a week. I'm having withdrawals. Wait, he said something new. I'm getting through to her, just through my gaze of love. Sure, you see it all the time in dramas, but it has to be true. Surely, my feelings are getting through to her. Maybe she's not talking back to me because she's shy, too. What did that guy do in that show? I have to assume the very end of the game. Dude, why does Yosuke never want to hang out? Those are a lot of words that I'm unfamiliar with. You have a story, dude? Nope. Is your story resolved? Nope. How about you guys?
There haven't been any clear days lately. This is weird. Definitely weird. Nico, you're wrong. You're worrying too much. It's just fog. Fog is normal. I'm just used to it. But lately, I've been getting this feeling like I can hear something when I'm walking in the fog. Is it because of the poison? But nobody else I've asked seems to be hearing anything. It's like something I've heard somewhere before. It's sort of a nostalgic feeling. Something I heard long ago. On top of a mountain of tires.
What? The things that my master creates are just so amazing. Words can't describe them. We talked about stuff, and I think she understands now. She was just worried about how protective I'd be. I'm just relieved she knows how much I care about her.
Yeah, but
Hey, what do you want to do this weekend? I'd be fine with just walking around somewhere.
outside? Are you crazy? Everyone says the fog's poisonous.
Oh, come on, that's all in your head. I mean, we've been fine so far, right? The tension thickens? Did it say that?
Kabakun, I saw the exam results. You make me so happy. I want to give you something nice as a reward. But there was a little slip up. I'm sorry, I wish there was something else I could give you. I'll continue to expect great things from you.
Look at her face. I thought she had a really bad portrait for a split second.
We used to argue all the time, but now he's gotten really lazy. It's like he doesn't care about anything. Lately, I haven't even been going to Daidara. I can't shake this feeling. You think this fog's really to blame?
I wonder if I should be wearing my gas mask around school too. It's like mandatory outside, but the fog can come inside the windows, right? I've gotten pretty used to my mask. I feel almost more comfortable with it than without it. Oh, it's you, man. Why? Why is it like this? Look at me, I'm begging you, man. What?
I don't know what to do, Senpai. This guy has asked me out twice now. I've turned him down both times, and I think the fog is only making me feel even more depressed about it.
Well, it doesn't look like the fog will be clearing up anytime soon, but I've got to get home anyway. I've been going to the hospital to keep my grandpa company. Grandma? My mom said... My mom and dad never change, but this is something I can do without them. I hope we both get better together. Jeez, I butchered his sentence pretty hard. Is I the only one today? I'd rather go pet a cat. Oh shit. Okay. That means... she appears on Sundays, according to last week. Are you recommending I go in now, though? Because no matter what, I don't think I'm gonna be able to max anyone else out. Maybe Yosuke, but he keeps, like, not wanting to hang out. Like, really often. And maybe fellow athletes as well. But they're giving me trouble by not leveling up. I have to imagine both of them will. Oh, I'm not sure who you're referring to exactly. Lara Kurafto, right? Okay. See, this way at least I can make sure Yosuke will level up.
Yo!
Hopefully he wants to freaking hang out tomorrow.
You can have this. Night.
Sir Vorn, I gotta ask a spoilery question. Can you experience Christmas in this game? Or do they treat it as another day? This fog is so thick, I guess the club won't be able to meet today either. Before I used to think that school without clubs was worthless, but I'm getting used to life without any clubs. I'm actually kind of relieved. It's one less thing for me to worry about. Please don't leave, Fog. Stick around for a while. Dude. Junji Ito.
I totally agree with you, Senpai. The fog is so thick that I don't have to worry about how people react to what I say. If I can't see them, then I can just assume their reaction was whatever I wanted, so I can say anything I want.
Yeah, you're right. If you don't see other people, you kind of stop caring about them, right? Same goes for me. I used to worry about others so much before, but now... I just look out for number one. I've never felt this way before, but it's not all bad. It's not bad at all.
I've been a bit depressed because I can't see the winter sky, but a foggy sky isn't as bad as I thought it'd be. Besides, sometimes it's nice when visibility is horrible. You don't have to make eye contact with anyone. You know, I think I'm starting to like foggy weather. Oh yeah, we should get on with this lecture.
We'll work on proverbs today. Sato-chan, do you know the intent behind the phrase compassion is not for the good of others?
Huh? What? I wasn't listening. Kaba couldn't help.
I think you should keep checking if Yosuke is available for the next few days. If it's possible, free days are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday. Sports Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm pretty sure you literally just said every day of the week. Oh, sports is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Do you know the answer to this? Okay, I found it. So what does that mean? Why does compassion benefit yourself? It's because when you show compassion to others, they will show compassion to you in turn, so you should be kind to everyone. People often think that compassion is a weakness or a crutch, but that's not true.
I guess he knew I was asking you, Kaba-kun. Thanks.
That's funny.
Yosuke, I'm coming for you.
There you are. Alright, this is it.
There's something I wanted to tell you.
Yeah?
Somewhere deep down, I didn't trust you.
Whoa.
No, it's more like I was jealous of you.
Dude, we've been best friends since the beginning. Since I moved
I thought
here.
you were like me. Coming from the city to the countryside, I thought you'd be bored out of your mind here. But as soon as you got here, you called your persona, became our leader, gathered people. You're a hero. I like you for that, and I'm proud of you. But I guess I was jealous at the same time.
I didn't know that. Yosuke.
I didn't know it either. When I called you special, I thought some more about it. I think out of everyone, I wanted to be acknowledged by you the most.
Mm-hmm.
So,
His stance. Oh,
I want you to hit me. Give me a good one. Knock out all this crap inside of me.
oh my
I want to be
gosh.
equal with you. I want us to stand shoulder to shoulder.
Well, you have to hit me back then.
So come on.
Same time. Alright, let's get equal.
Huh? But I don't have a reason to hit you. I got it now. If we're equal, then I guess you're right.
I don't have a reason to hit you.
Okay, here I come. Take your best shot.
We straight up brawled. Oh, sick! Oh no, I wanted to screenshot that. That was awesome.
Your punches are brutal. I was seeing stars there for a second. But thanks, man. I don't know how to say it, but that sure beat words.
Yosuke's face is peaceful.
You can have this.
Buddy's bandage.
If you start bleeding, put that on. You know, we should fight more often. Phew. The sky's so high up. Is Saki-senpai watching us? Is she smiling at us? Senpai, I'm going to live without lying to myself, without deceiving myself. Days like today, days like before when I did nothing, they're all important days. They're all days you didn't live to see.
Saki is one of his co-workers that died at the beginning of the game.
I'm going to live them here.
Alright, this better to look cool. It looks like a joke. Susano.
This is my power?
Trolls? The little trolls?
The power to protect what's dear to me, huh? Just what I wanted. Let's keep at it so we can live every day with a smile, leader.
That was a weird scene for his finale. Rip your computer, I guess. Were you still in your Zoom call? It finished? Okay. 15 minutes ago, jeez. Ironically, you became quieter when the call ended.
Well, we're all counting on you, partner.
At least Kabu, like, wasn't a statue in that scene, like Reese is. He even shook his hand at the end while sitting crisscross applesauce. That's impressive. Dude, if today's the hot day, just enjoy the Capri Sun. Oh. So... So, that's the one that I got with Rise, right? Okay. No specialized scene for them. Come on. Nope. Still no leveling up of understanding. That's insane. Why is this game so hard? Okay, what do you got for me, shopping program? Nothing again? Well, I did say I'm loving it. Yeah, check for strength. However, I think you can only hang out with them when you're at school. I will be very surprised if I see them outside of school. Okay, let's hope. Also, this guy's gone. The guy that always talks about his wife doing all the work. He said he got chewed out for it recently, so I wonder if that's related. I mean, it must be, right? Obviously. Oh, well... yeah. Tomorrow's, Monday, so hopefully they'll be around here as well. Bye, Yukiko, I'm never talking to you. Actually, nah, they're not here. To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen them here either. That's fine, they'll be at school tomorrow. I'm not really into that, but I mean, if she's paying me enough. Okay. I just need to save really quick, just in case. I'm a little paranoid right now with our deadline, because I don't know when exactly it is.
Oh, Kabu-chan.
Hold on. You know what? I want a freaking Death Arcana with me. Just in case. You never know. Can I fuse the Matador? I can't fuse any death right now. Dang it. What is new?
Yes.
You frightened me there. I thought you were my husband. Watching this river with you like this brings back memories.
Of what?
Of when I was still young, before I became this wrinkled old lady. I met my husband here in this town. I was born and raised here, and he was part of a traveling company of actors. They'd come to my town once a year. When I was small, my family took me to see the play. That's when I met my husband, who was a child actor. He had clear, pale skin, and he spoke completely different from the other children. He was my first love. Every year he would come, and every year I would watch. I gathered all the courage I had and talked to him. By some miracle, he fell in love with me too. We would just talk behind the stage, one date every year.
Wow.
I thought he was just flirting with me, but I thought that was okay. But do you know what he did? He quit the company and said he would live here to marry me. He did field work, though he didn't know how. He would come home and show me his blisters. He was so proud. I was happy back then.
And what about now?
Happiness is something you only recognize after it's already happened.
Wow.
Right now, all I want to do is be by his side. But I know I never will. He went to heaven, and I will surely go to hell.
Oh my god, don't torture yourself.
Thank you.
You're so kind. I must be going now. It gets cold here down by the river.
Goodbye.
I got the notification. Man, her story is, I'm sure, would be devastating. Too bad I'll never see it. Yukiko is desperate. Oh my god, I did it! But I don't have time to hang out with the dog.
Yo!
I don't know if I can. Today is already the 19th. The year's almost over. Feels like it's been so long, but so short at the same time, you know? You still have time if you have things you want to do. You know, the way people in town have been acting lately is no joke anymore. But we've come so far, we've discovered the real killer ourselves. All that's left is the final showdown. We've got to get that bastard Adachi no matter what. I have a feeling that the town will go back to normal when we do. Let's make sure we win this. I'm counting on you, leader. I'm counting on you too, Chia. Gotcha. You can count on me to do anything. If you and everyone else are with me, Kabukun, I'm unstoppable. Just like the running boy. My favorite teacher. I want to know her resolution. Hey, did you hear about the student rep from the class next to ours? Really? Why would a student rep do that? Either way, it's crazy. For real. The student rep in question is just ill from the fog. You shouldn't make assumptions without evidence, not to mention fog-induced illness is painful. You know that. I'm certain the student rep is ill from the fog. The other teachers told me. I love her face. Dude. Dude, the high school, the sports team isn't here. Uh-oh, I think I have to hang out with the dog then. Okay. I gotta check if the roof girl has met her resolution yet. Maybe that is her resolution, and that's all there is. Sports. When did you say sports was? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which is clearly really wrong. But I will check tomorrow, because I don't have a choice anyway. Okay, let's catch some bugs and play with the doggo. Why? Why am I addicted to catching bugs? I'm not even obsessed with bugs. I like them, but that's it. Alright, doggy. Woof. Oh wow, it ran away. Okay, I can't do that. I do have erotic fantasies, yeah. Who doesn't? Not really about bugs. I was just saying that to be funny. Do you know about the Honeybee Inn? Well, surely you understand what I mean then. No. I don't think Tifa goes there ever at all. I forgot what I wanted to do today. What are all those pins on the map? I never noticed those, but they're only around Junes. They're like balloons, I guess. Series S or Series X? Just say SS or SX. Pug fantasies? Well, Sony's being strict with censorship, so Bug Fantasies would come out on Game Pass, PC. Dude, what am I doing? I don't have a thing to spend my day on. Is that what it... Yeah, it kind of is. Oh, what a dilemma. Dude, I just realized all those other jobs at the bulletin board probably had more stories in there for me to explore. Dang it. I never did anything. I barely even did the hospital job. Yeah, I think Xbox naming conventions are stupid. I cannot wrap my brain around their decision. Look at the shoes close up. I have no idea. Well, is that even naming convention's fault? Okay. Dang. Okay, maybe she's creepy. After all, at first I felt bad. I felt bad for this girl, but I don't know. She might be a toxic human being. I'm probably just gonna pet the cat again. Okay, the fact that he's out here tonight, I'm sure Means he will show up tomorrow at school.
Hey!
She works there. My parents are starting to get worried too. They've never seen fog like this. I don't think worrying about it's gonna do any good, but it's definitely annoying. I was just jogging out the other day and I ran smack into an electrical pole. I stumbled back home and my parents thought I'd inhaled poison gas. Are you okay, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
thanks.
was just a bump on the head. But for a second there, I was totally dazed. I thought I was in another world. Heck, the soccer team's got it bad. Yesterday, Daisuke... Blue cheese, thanks.
Be careful going home.
You too, man. Wait, my head hurts. Is this from the fog, or is it because of the TV? Oh. What's the matter? What? Wait, what's the matter, Senpai? You look gloomier than usual. I heard from my classmate that you studied all night again.
Well, everyone else is studying too. I can't slack off. Plus, the teacher said if I can solve all the problems in the study guide, the entrance exam should be easy.
Come on, Senpai. The world is ending soon. I can't believe you haven't heard about it yet. Everyone else is talking about it. The entrance exam is useless. Anyway, my head, it's seriously killing me. I wonder if it's from the fog. Well, if it is, that fog's not going away, so neither will my headache. Come on, Ko. Yeah. Hey. Patience paid off.
Yo.
All right, here we go. You know what, Kabu? I'm gonna keep playing basketball. Studying, lessons, and all that crap, I think I'm gonna keep doing it all. I got your back, man.
Thanks.
Until now, I've been doing those things because I felt kinda obligated to, but if I put my mind to it, I can be good at anything I want, right? I've got to be at the top of my game so I can be the big brother the next master of the house deserves. Oh. Hey, you got some time later? There's something I want to give you. Give me? I have time. Well, I did it. I asked them. My parents, my grandma, I sat them down and I asked, do you guys even want me anymore? Did you ever want me? That's when all hell broke loose. My mom started crying and then she was all like, of course we want you, stupid. She was practically yelling. Man, what is with people calling me stupid lately? Go, it's time you learned the truth. You're pretty stupid. Well, I'm starting to think so too. I thought I had it all figured out, but I just didn't get it. You know, it's really the people around me who've shaped who I am. I bought into the same crap artists are always writing or singing about. They're trying to find themselves. So I thought I knew all about how to find yourself. I thought I got it.
But really getting it is totally different. I mean, really finding yourself.
Thank you. Without you guys, I probably never would have figured it out. I would have just kept pretending, and I probably would have given up on the people I care about the most. So...
Thanks.
Man, you say some mushy stuff sometimes. Yeah. So, while I'm on a roll...
Here.
I want the two of you to hold on to my letter from my orphanage.
No.
Dude, we can't take this. Thank you. Yeah, but... this way, I'll never forget that I'm not alone. Please.
I got it.
Fine, but this is just for now, man.
Thanks.
I know, I'll ask for it back when I feel like I can stand on my own 2 feet again.
So, you better stick around till then.
Brothers. You know, Ko, I don't know if you know this, but I'm also in a family that's not my actual family. And I also have a little sister that deserves a big bro. Zhao Gongen. The one who demands surrender. Alright. I did it. Poor Yukiko, the only main cast that's not gonna max. I even maxed Teddy and Yumi. Yumi's story was really good. I would like to play Hades. Unless you have some suggestions I may consider. Whoa, dude. This guy rules. Mada Mada. Not sure if I'm very interested in Crash Bandicoot. Not sure if I'm very interested in Crash Bandicoot. Dude, this guy kind of rules. I can fit a struggling stream in someday. I'd rather have skills that prevent me from dying. Hey, Umbun. How's it going? Must be nice. I never sleep well. Kinda sucks. Alright, I'm out of things to do and people to hang out with. Because I gotta go tomorrow into the final dungeon. And I'll probably call it a stopping point for today. And then I'll beat the game on Wednesday.
Yo!
Yo. I was wondering why it hasn't been getting lighter. Then I realized that the winter solstice is tomorrow. The longest night of the year. But after that, it'll only get lighter. Everyone's been acting weirder and weirder. Even the school seems funky. But if what Adachi said is true, then we'll be saving the whole town when we beat him. There's not much time left until the end of the year. Let's finish this. Let's work together, Yosuke. There's been a lot of talk about the end of the world lately. Don't you think it'd be a wonderful experience to be here when it happens? Of course, if the world ends, you must consider the fact that we're all gonna die. When I make that journey into the world of the afterlife, I would like to sleep beautifully like the Egyptian royals. I wouldn't say I'd be as beautiful as Cleopatra, but I have to make myself somewhat presentable. Now that the river of conversation has flowed to Cleopatra, I'm gonna ask you a question. There were many queens in ancient Egypt named Cleopatra. Wait, really? Yet, which Cleopatra is the one who was known as one of the 3 most beautiful women in the world? Let's hear it from you, Mr. Hanamura. You seem like you would know a thing or two about beautiful women. Wait, what? I didn't even know there were more than one Cleopatra. Oh my gosh. Seven, okay. Mm-hmm. Just me cheating. I expected nothing less, Mr. Hanamura. That's right, it was Cleopatra 7 who was counted among the ranks of the world's most beautiful greats. However, since the other Cleopatras were also royal queens, I'm sure they were each beautiful in their own ways. Anyway, are you sure are knowledgeable about beauties? I had a feeling you would be. Thanks, Kabu. Though, I feel like there's some new rumor going on about me. Alright. Time to go into the dungeon. I gotta make sure everyone has said what they needed to say first. Like her. Jesus Christ. Why did they write that girl the way they did? Ugh. Hmm. Oh. Well, it's as foggy as usual. It'll be Christmas soon, too. You spending it with someone special, or is that a silly question to someone as young as you? You know, as long as I've been walking around here, I've noticed things. You gotta treasure the time you spend with people. I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir here, though. You don't gotta be my age to understand that. Yep. Dang, December 21st. And I have to go in now. Young man, the fog is dangerous. It's cursed, you know. Be extra careful whenever you go outside. My daughter says the same thing. I see her every day at the hospital. The fog is dangerous, 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 I say. Beep. Wait, what the heck? That's so weird. I happen to have two chats open for my own channel, but the one I normally look at did not give me that alert. So I'm lucky I had two open right now. Also, hello. I am about to wrap up. I did not beat the game. I did not beat Adachi. But it just so happens that today is the day that we go into the TV. It's December 21st now. I think I went through like 2 or 3 weeks maxing out a couple more social links. I finished Rise. I finished Yosuke. And I finished my fellow athletes, Ko and Daisuke. I also did a couple of other stories, but not to completion. But I'm assuming Wednesday night is the day.
Everyone's here, right?
Okay, let's confirm the situation. Adachi and Namatame. It's clear now that Adachi committed the first 2 murders, and he gave us that bullshit saying he did it just because he could. So he put the people on the TV thinking that they would save them from the killer, and that bastard Adachi made it sound like it was just an amusing coincidence. He's the one who talked Namatame into it, saying stuff like you could shelter her in the TV and all that crap. Adachi's been controlling everything from the shadows, so he could watch and enjoy. Dang it, Adachi, he's been laughing at us all this time. My head's all steamy, like a boiling pot. I'm never ever gonna forgive him. How did a jerk like Adachi, who only thinks about himself, get the power to enter TVs? And Namatame too. How did someone who didn't understand anything get a power like that? What's wrong with this world? Or the other one? By the way, I heard from Yosuke-san and Chie-san that small bizarre room where you found Adachi it already existed on your first visit there, yes? Oh yeah, I think it was there when we first fell in. I imagine that place is most likely something similar to my so-called secret lab. If the thoughts of those who enter this TV create a new place, that must have occurred well before we went in as well. Well, thus perhaps that was the place created by Miss Yamano's thoughts. Though I shudder to think what kind of feelings she harbored to produce those faceless posters and a noose. If we think about it that way, does that mean we will be entering Adachi-san's inner thoughts? That sounds like a recipe for disaster. What are you whipping out for, huh? Don't you remember? That bastard's been conning us this whole time, like he was on our side. All this time, when we were risking our lives, that time when King Moron died, when Dojima-san got into an accident, and even when Nanako-chan was about to die? Shit, man. It ain't got nothing to do with this damn crime. We can't forgive him as a person. Yeah, I totally agree. We don't know exactly when this end of the year Adachi mentioned is, but everything we did will be useless if we rush to get ourselves defeated. Let's make sure we're ready, because we're gonna crush Adachi. It's time he paid for everything he's done. Let's hurry and beat up Adachi, baby, and end this rotten case. We know, no need to get all impatient. I mean, I understand why you're so anxious, since we don't know what counts as the end of the year, but everything we did will be useless if we rush things and get ourselves defeated. You know, it's pretty mysterious. Teddy was originally a shadow, right? Out of all the shadows over there, why did Teddy like peace and want to be friends with us? At first, I only wanted a world I lived in to go back to normal, but after getting to know you guys and helping with the rescue missions, before I knew it, I was a friendly, lovable bear. I don't get it. Perhaps he's trying to say his nature has changed.
Through prolonged contact with humans, he may have taken on human traits.
So much that he forgot he was a shadow and ended up looking like a human? I ain't never seen a shadow that could do something like that, though, besides this guy.
I bet there's another one with the same destiny as me somewhere in this great big world. I know it. He'd have dashing looks like me, hiding beneath them, a dangerous lady killer who scores all the girls.
Keep dreaming.
Teddy is a shadow who blended in with us. Adachi, on the other hand, is a human who likes watching people suffer. I guess it all depends on how you choose to live. He's gotta pay the price for choosing to act like a jerk. We gotta crush Adachi. This is it, guys. Let's brace ourselves and get going.
Whew, that was a doozy to read all that. The fiscal year, NBK.
Let's go, Sensei!
Just kidding, of course. Because we're going in now. Because it's December 21st. Let's get to Dachi, baby, as soon as we can. Alright, I think I'll call it there. So, Wednesday night, we're going in, we're beating the dungeon, and therefore beating the game. Right? Right. Well, thanks everybody. Have a great Monday night. Have a great Tuesday. See you around.